Hello again. This is the Watering Man. Spiritual toolbox number 13. It's the fruit of the Spirit number 9. Audio recording number 329. This is October the 6th of 2021. I'll be in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23, and the fruit of the Spirit, and I'll be covering faith this time, okay? I'll start out, I'll just read it or quote Galatians 5, 22 and 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay? Now, I got to log this thing on the internet. Forgot that. Just a second. I've got notes. I'll let it be doing this while I'm telling you about it. It's faith comes from the word Strong's number 4102, and it's pistis, Pistis. It's a feminine noun. It's from the word, the Koine Greek word, the number 4982. It's Peitho, and it's a verb. It's a primary verb. Okay, I probably need something to help me pronounce that one. I could probably try, but I'm gonna. Okay, so pistis, okay, 4102 in the Strong's is the truthfulness of God. This word that they translate is faith, but it's proceeding towards the truthfulness of God. Okay. All right. Now, in going from this faith, the seed of faith, and as you're agreeing into God in hot pursuit, it's taking you, God's pulling you, like gravitationally pulling you, attracting, like if I be lifted up, I will draw all men, everyone back to me, right? This is internal, not external. If you're focusing external, you're kind of missing where God's working. He's working right here in your mind, not your brain, not your thumping, beating heartbeat. You know, your heart, thump, 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 that's just an organ, tangible. Okay? It's not in this fleshly stuff. Okay? Doesn't come with observation. Not even you cut it out. You cut your heart out of your chest. You could cut the head out of someone's. Cut the brain out of someone's head. Of course, it's gonna kill them, but it's not a spiritual thing. Okay, the thought processes is what God's working on in your mind. Okay, He works where internal to the external, the divine influence in your heart, in your mind, in those thought processes, and its reflection out into your lifestyle, including gratitude, acknowledging God is the great hero. That's grace. Charis, Chris, Charis. I already covered that. I did I think a recording maybe on here for that, okay? Now, this faith, 4102, is the truthfulness of God. That you're heading from out of that fleshly thinking, and ice to and into the right-mindedness of God, the way God thinks, the mind of Christ, okay, the anointing of God, and into it, and then in it, and in union with it. Those are much closer. That's where it's holding you, like in the land of Goshen, like in the nucleus of that atom. And He holds you much stronger. It's a permanent, fixed position that cannot be moved, cannot be changed. Who's going to overpower God? The omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, sovereign God, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Definitely not your alpha dog, your own ego thinking, your carnal mind. That's the enemy. It's enmity with God. It's directly opposed to God. That you have to turn to 180-degree about face and proceed away from it. Yes, sir, Father, in hot pursuit. Follow God. Okay? Now, this faith, this pistis, is in the Thayers. Let's get here on this. Just so I can, I pronounce pistis. I don't think there's another way to pronounce that, but I'll have it do it.
Strong's G, 4102, pistis.
Pistis. Okay. That's 4102, okay. Now, in the Thayer's Greek lexicon, okay, the Koine Greek, it's not the modern day Greek, it's Koine Greek. It's an extinct language, okay, like it's ancient Greece, Greek, okay. It means trust and holy favor born of faith and conjoined with it. Okay, now let's break down these words. Trust means reliance on the integrity, strength, ability, etc., like the omnipotence, the omnipresence, and the omnipotent reign and the sovereignty of the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. God, of the supreme divinity, of the self-existing one. You're relying upon that. You're trusting on that. You're existing in that hot pursuit so that you can be brought back in and in union with the self-existing one, right? Okay, now it's trust is reliance on the integrity, strength, and surety of a person, of Yahweh, coming back into a relationship, a close, intimate relationship, knowing God very well, because you're thinking just like Him. Your mind, you're taking off that fleshly mind. He's cutting it out little by little by little, each thought process at a time, and it's coming back into the right-mindedness of God, the way He thinks, and you're confident in that. Also, that right after that is comma, confidence. It's right in the Thayer's Greek lexicon. Okay? Now, confidence, there's faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love, right? And, 1st or 2nd Corinthians chapter 13, the love chapter. Okay, and this love is that agape. It's that love beyond words, beyond unshakable, beyond unconditional, beyond perfect love. I went through all that stuff telling you, okay? Now, this confidence, see, that hope, just like faith, is proceeding as you're going, like in the midst of, in the middle of the thinking process, coming from out of, going back into and to and into, and then the en and sin, or syn. Okay, in union with God. Okay. Okay, not sin. That's harmatia or paroptoma. That's 2 other words I might check. I'll probably do recordings on those later on, but not right now. I'm not dealing with that, okay? Not focusing. This confidence, this is like going from that hope, that pistis in the baby form, and you're like God's just dusting it off in your mind. Easier things, but for you at that time, you're like immature. You get bitter and sour real easy in your mind. Offended. Oh, man, how dare you do that to me? You even threatened to step on my toe or my lifestyle or the way I think, and man, I'll cut your head off. Right? They're just looking for a fight or looking for an argument or looking for something to complain about, looking for something to be offended of. Like I saw in this one thing, it was kind of comical. This one little picture. I had this, looked like a nice fishing spot. I kind of like to fish. And there's this grass and stuff out there. man, that'd be a good place probably if I had a lot of fish in there. I just sneak up there and throw it in there and catch me some fish. And it had a big sign right there. No fishing. I was like, oh man, that offends me. I was just laughing, playing because that's how silly it is. If you look hard enough, you can be offended at anybody. They cook you a great big steak dinner, potatoes, and all kinds of stuff, man. Just broccoli, whatever, the best stuff you like to eat. Boy, just have it all ready for you, dolled all up, just it's great. And if you look hard enough at it, I don't like that. You did that to me. Blah, 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 blah. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Chicken, chicken. You're feeding into that ego. Take your own temperature there, buddy. Or man, person, you're not. Ugh, that's yuck. Okay? All right. Let's see this hope. Okay, faith, pistis, is proceeding as you agreeing hotly in hot pursuit with God. You're proceeding into the right-mindedness of God, into this truthfulness of God. And God is love beyond words. God is light and God is love. God is this illuminated understanding of His great love that goes beyond words. That child, and then He's bringing us back to complete that love at different levels within us and different thought processes, back to that racham, a completed love. Incomplete love, completed love. It's agape. Okay? Now this confidence is like hope, like in a seed form. And it's coming back into, as you agree, into the confidence of God. See, just like love, when it's just out here and outward, it's conditional love. If you treat me right, I'll do what you want. If not, I'll just daggone throw a fit. And I'll manipulate you to death. And blah, 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 blah. Just hanging on the hip. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Daggone, that gave me a headache. Okay? That's proceeding on into, he's getting rid of that stinking thinking, that stinking right-mindedness. I got a right. Right? Making a stand in that. Well, I know my rights. You're shooting arrows, your efforts in the wrong direction. And the target, the will for you, for God, and God, hitting the right-mindedness of God is behind you. Turn around, silly rabbit. That tricks, that bullshit thinking is for yuck, not even for kids, right? Silly rabbit, tricks is for kids. Okay? But this faith, pistis, is going towards the truthfulness of God. This hope is going to the confidence, making you more confident in God. And this conditional love is proceeding into, as you're in hot pursuit of God's right-mindedness, it's coming into the right-mindedness of God, to this love that's beyond words, it's beyond unshakable, beyond unconditional, beyond perfect love. That's a love that's beyond the description of mere words. Okay? All right. Now this is in the Thayers, it's saying trust and holy fervor, born of faith and conjoined with it. Excuse me. Okay, now, fervor, we define truth, okay? Now, fervor, okay, is an intense, heated emotion. It's passion. It's ardor. I didn't translate that one, look that one up. It's a passionate enthusiasm for some cause. It's heat, like in the heat of the day. Okay, I'll have to define that sometime and show you about that. In the heat of the day, when the day stars are rising in your heart and understanding and enlightenment in this mind. And it's bringing up all these different thalipsis, these fiery trials, these tribulations, these calamities, these storms of your life. And it's fiery trials that's purifying you to purify us. And it's pulling up that golden oil. Or, and at different temperatures, that different impurities, different impure metals and stuff, elements and stuff in it, is melting and pulling, rising to the top of that. It's called dross. And then you agree with God. Shall we crunch up this board, this humanistic thinking? Do you want me to get this out of you, son, daughter, my child? Do you want me to skim it off? SKIM? Skim that stuff off and get rid of it for you? Or do you want to just be condemning yourself and let it cool back down and yuck, and you go back around the mountain? You stopped yourself from increasing in me. You're not pursuing in hot pursuit. Okay? But see, if you just stir, Daddy, karate chop that board. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Like kung fu fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Right? God's cutting that out so that you can walk in between this old crap thinking. You can live, you can spiritually exist, and He's bringing you through as you're locking hands with all your might, and His might is not lacking in nothing. There's nothing more powerful than God and His love. If I be lifted up, I will draw all men, everyone back to me. Bringing it right into whatever. God's a sovereign God. All is in control. Okay? It allows you to, if you agree, in hot pursuit, you follow Him. Hot pursuit, like a police officer after a criminal. Okay? Go and get them. Bass after a minute. Okay? All right? After a worm or a fishing worm. Okay? It's getting that thing. All right? Now, so, let's see. That fervor is in the heat. When the things are heated up, stuff, man, you're trusting the Lord with all your heart and leaning not upon your own understanding, and God will direct your path, your course of life, the way you think in here, because everything you do out here starts where? In your mind. If it doesn't, if you're doing things by, well, I did that without thinking. What? Are you trying to tell on yourself? I'm polishing the outside of the cup. I'm putting on a big facade. Don't even really realize what I'm doing. Now, it doesn't mean you can't do things quickly, proficiently, efficiently. Now, the most efficient way to do it is to hear God quickly and respond positively, to obey God, and push into God. Not recognize He's your exceedingly great reward. He's the way, the truth, and life. You know, Yahweh is salvation. Jesus. Okay? Christ, the anointing of God. Press in hot pursuit, right? In this heat of the day, be a passionate enthusiasm for some case, for some cause. And that's in this one singular thought process that's got darkness, poop thinking all over it. You can't get it off by your own might and your own power and your own efforts, no matter how hard you try. Best you can do is suppress it for a little bit and get you. Okay? Sooner or later, you're not getting rid of it that way. But if you turn about and go into God full bore, no holds barred, okay, with all you got, God pulls you out of that. And then showing you that stuff in you. Look at this presumptuous yuck stuff in you. Sinful nature. This yuck stuff in you. Don't condemn yourself for that. This is to show you so you can get rid of it. Yes, Daddy. Hi-ya! Let's chop this stuff out. Let's skim it off. Get that stuff out of me. He's purifying you in this heat of the day. This fervor, okay? Now, in the Thayer's on Pistis, it says, trust and holy fervor, born of faith. See, you're reborn as God's purifying you. You must be born again. Of faith, of this pistis. This faith is going into the truthfulness of God, okay? And it's conjoined, or going back, it's coming from out of that stuff, out of that yuck thinking. It's going towards, and into the right-mindedness of God, and then in. And in union with, it's conjoined with it. It says it here. It's with the right-mindedness of God, with this love beyond words. God's enlightening you to his love that goes beyond words. He's giving you the ability in each thought process. He's clearing up your thinking processes. So like in, it's 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians chapter 13, the love chapter, where it's saying you're looking in a mirror dimly. He's clearing that dimness up. So you're not looking in the mirror at your own reflection of your own self-righteousness, my own stinking rags. You're looking beyond that to the truthfulness of God. Be still, you old dog. Shut up. Put a muzzle on it. Put a sock in it. I don't have to listen to what you say. I don't really care what you say is good or bad, so beat it. Because you're not God, your man. Right? Beat it. Beat it. Go on ahead and beat it. See, you're in hot pursuit. Woo! Enthusiastically. Calm delight. If you're all beat down, it don't matter. You're doing the best you can hand. You're holding on. God knows that. God knows your thought processes. You're in you better than you know yourself. Okay? Now, that's fervor. Okay? Passionate enthusiasm for some cause. In the heat of that day, in the heat of that age, that time of refinement, the time whenever it's been consumed, that consuming fire is consuming that garbage thinking and transforming it and then purifying that golden ore that's bringing out all that energy out of that garbage thinking like that, the spirit like out of it. And it's always in the upper manner going back towards the right-mindedness of God. Okay? Now, let me see here. Okay? Now I'm going to read you this a little bit, what it says on 4102 on Pistis on the online biblical usage. Okay? It says conviction of the truth of anything. It's a belief, believing into it, being in hot pursuit of it. Not just saying, oh, I believe it, and it's kind of lackadaisical. Oh, I believe it. As long as nothing bothers me, I'm cool with it. I'll tiptoe through the tulips. Nope, that's not going to get it. Not in the heat of the day. Bull crap. You're not making a decision to be in hot pursuit of God. You're disagreeing with God. Okay? It's worthless and detestable. God spit you out of his mouth. Vomit you out. It's not. Go around that mountain again. You didn't get it right, son. Daughter. All right? You don't want it bad enough yet. Here, let me put some more fire trials, more calamities, more tests, more pressures on you. We'll get you there. I'm faithful. God's faithful to do it, right? Ooh. All right. Whether you're crying, weeping, wailing, whatever with that old fleshly thinking, you got to let go of that fleshly thinking. Don't be like Lot's wife and hold on to it. No, I'm not leaving this stuff. Oh, I got to hang on to it. Oh, I got to turn back and turn to a pillar of salt. Whether I turn to a pillar of salt or not, I don't believe God anyways. Boom. It's a pillar of salt. Okay, that's speaking in here. Don't look at it. Oh, it's just a history lesson or it's somewhere out in the future. That does you no good. It's got to be applicable right now, right? It's in your mind. And then that, how you react to everything, that's going to correlate to a lot. It's going to change you. You'll know a tree by the fruit it bears, okay? Now, let's read this here. Conviction of the truth of anything, belief. In the New Testament, a conviction or a belief respecting man's relationship to God. God's bringing you back into a closer, intimate relationship, nearness to God, like in that land of Goshen or in that nucleus of an atom, okay? He's bringing you in there so he can keep you, hold you, secure. You don't have to worry about it. God is your refuge. Okay? Okay? Relationship to God and divine things, okay? Godly things, okay? Generally, with the included idea of trust and holy fervor. That's that heat of the day with all this passionate enthusiasm for some cause, for God doing this. He's a great hero, right? It's born of faith. We're reborn out of this pistis, this faith is starting you out at a 1, and then a 2, and a 4, and an 8, and a 16. Pretty soon you're up there past that legion stuff, 4,000 and 6,400. You can also fall the other way, fall away from God. Keep going around the mountain, bang your head like, stop banging my head. And you got like legions of this junk, a poop thinking, just eating you up. It's driving me nuts. It's driving you mad. Foaming at the mouth, man. Can't even think right. Everything I seem to do goes to hell in a handbasket. Well, quit laying your hand, your works, your efforts on that hot burner. Why'd you do that to me, God? No, you did it to yourself. Big silly. Silly rabbit. Turn from that daggone stuff. Come back to me. Sit my way. All right. Now, let's see here. Generally, with the included idea of trust, remember I defined trust, this reliance upon everything God is. You're relying upon this trust in the integrity, strength, the ability, the surety, the omnipotence, omnipresence, omnipotent of the Alpha and the Omega. Not that ego dog that says, I'm your Alpha and Omega. That'll fall you away. It's a liar. And the truth's not in it. Shut up, you old dog. Beat it. Right? Put a muzzle on that thing. Be still. Right? You have to do that yourself. In your own mind. No one can do that for you. God's offering you, giving you an opportunity to come out of this in these storms of life. He's offering you to claim a little bit of your inheritance in Him. Coming back to the right-mindedness, back to the way that He loved us, that He first loved us. That chav. And He's bringing you back to whatever level that racham. To complete that love at different levels, different age, like growth levels. Back into that love. In each and every thought process. And you got a whole myriad of thought processes in there. Like little bitty balls inside of a huge bigger ball. That huge bigger ball is being your whole mind. And all kinds of these little bitty balls in there. All those thought processes, okay? Now, let's see. Generally with the idea of trust and holy favor. That's that purifying. Holy. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I wrote it here. Or it's where God's purifying you. He's boiling that stuff up and skimming it off with the fire and the pressures. It's purifying. It's impurity. It's genuinely. Right? Because you're pursuing in hot pursuit in genuine fervor. Like you're existing into the self-existing one. and you're coming right back into God. Okay? You keep it up. Okay? Remain in that. Okay? Now, it's included with the idea of one born in faith and joined with it. You see, you're rejoining God back in it. I'm going to have to do this, finish this rest of this on another recording. It's cutting me off here. You can go to Romans 12, chapter 12, verse 1 through 3. To read about this. I'll probably do another recording, just kind of touching on some of that, because there's a whole lot on that. I can do a whole series just on them verses. I might do it. I don't know. There's a lot to cover. Okay. All right. This is to conciliate. Is to reconcile. It's become agreeable with God. See it my way and be reconciled. If you like this, hit like and subscribe. I'm getting some views on this, but not too many people seem to hit like. I don't know why, but that's all right. I got to keep going. I'm obedient to God, not my ego. Not that edging God out thing. Thank you. I love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.